This is the BBC.
This podcast is supported by advertising outside the UK.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.
You're listening to Monday's episode of The Archers from BBC Radio 4.
Will,
Yeah?
we've got a problem.
What's wrong?
Apparently your stepdaughter is staging a protest.
Sorry.
Your stepdaughter
Mia?
is here, and she's staging a protest against the shoot. She's got a placard, she's taking photos on her phone, and she's trespassing.
Where is she?
By the silver 4x4.
I don't believe it.
Right now the guns are drinking tea and eating fruitcake. So if you can get her off the land before the next drive, then no time is lost.
I'm sorry, Martin. I'm so embarrassed. I had no idea that she was even thinking of doing anything like this.
The main thing is that our corporate clients don't get wind of it. So you need to get rid of her. And now.
Mia,
Hi, Will.
what the hell are you doing?
Taking photos so I can post them online.
What?
To publicise my protest. Otherwise, what's the point?
You're supposed to be at school.
Well, this is more important.
Well, getting me fired is more important than getting an education.
This isn't your actual job, is it?
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, how often do you work here? It's only about 3 days a year.
You need to leave. Now.
I'm not leaving. I've hardly started. Don't you think my placard is clever?
You're embarrassing me. Why don't you understand that?
I do understand that, but I think you're wrong. I think you should be proud of me.
Proud of you?
Because I'm not just slavishly adopting your values like a sheep.
No, I don't think sheep actually adopt values.
You know what I mean?
Look, this isn't a game. Wandering around a shoot is... it's dangerous.
But I didn't wander around. I'm not an idiot. I went straight up to Martin Gibson and I told him what I was doing and why. So, you see, I've completely thought this through.
It was our wedding anniversary yesterday.
Oh, happy anniversary. I didn't know.
Don't be silly, it's fine. Tom and Natasha came round and they'd completely forgotten.
Oh.
So if my own son can't remember, I don't expect anyone else to.
Tom should remember, surely.
He's got a lot on his plate at the moment.
Well, because it's Christmas.
Well, it's lots of things, but mainly it's Hazel kicking them out of the flat.
Oh, no.
So they came round to ask if they could move in with us for a while.
And you said yes, right?
Well, of course.
Full house again?
Exactly. Just when Helen had moved out. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
It was mine and Philip's wedding anniversary last week.
Oh, Kirsty, I shouldn't have mentioned Tony and me.
No, it's totally okay. I've just got Philip in my head because I'm going to see him.
You're going to see him?
Yeah, and I feel completely sick about it. But I just can't put it off any longer.
But why do you have to go at all?
It's a long story, but Blake still thinks that Philip's a good person, and when I tried to convince him of the truth, he ran off.
Was that when he had the car accident?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that was just horrendous.
Right.
But before all that happened, he was desperate to visit Philip in prison. So I promised him that I'd go instead. We kind of made a deal, I suppose. It probably doesn't even make sense, but I feel like I've got to honour it. Because there's nothing else I can do for Blake but try and protect him from any more of Philip.
Well, that does make sense.
So you don't think I'm mad then?
I definitely don't think you're mad. I think you're wonderful, actually.
Oh, thank you, Pat.
I do. You've been through so much and you've coped amazingly well.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, I would. Look, I'd better go, but will you let me know how it goes?
Okay, yeah.
And if you can tell the kitchen, I'll bring the rest of the yoghurt on Wednesday.
Yep, got it.
Oh, and Tony had a question about his costume for the mysteries. He wants to be a kind of, travelling salesman.
Travelling salesman?
Selling pots and pans.
Oh, like a tinker?
Yeah, exactly, a tinker. Would that be okay?
Yeah, sounds brilliant.
Excellent. You'll be chuffed.
Ah, Kirsty, marvellous. I wasn't sure if it was you or Tracy on the desk.
Hi, Linda.
Hello, Pat.
I'll see you both on Wednesday night
Wednesday night.
for our first rehearsal.
Great.
Bye, Linda.
Bye, Pat. Why does Pat need to attend Wednesday's rehearsal?
Oh, she and Tony have volunteered to be extras. I've been on a bit of a recruitment drive, you'll be pleased to hear. Everyone's really up for it, and they're all coming on Wednesday night, so we can talk them through it.
But, Kirsty,
Yeah?
we don't need any extras.
What do you mean?
We've got plenty of people already.
I'm going to have to call the police.
Please don't do that, Martin.
What else do you suggest? These people have paid £1,000.
I know.
If we don't sort this out, then next year they'll take their money elsewhere.
Can I just try talking to her again?
What difference will that make?
Well, I think if she knows that you're going to call the police...
Sorry to interrupt.
Stella,
Some of the guns are getting quite antsy.
who can blame them?
Who is that girl?
Oh, she's my stepdaughter. She's called Mia, and she's honestly never, ever done anything like this before.
Right.
Please don't worry, Stella. I'm calling the police this minute, and they can see her off the premises.
Well, before you do that, could I go and talk to her?
You?
Really?
Why not? It's worth a try. Martin, can you just give me a couple of minutes?
Okay.
Is that okay, Will?
Yeah.
Right, well, maybe offer the guns some more cake. Keep them happy.
Eddie said we needed extras.
But Eddie had no right to go giving directives.
Well, I assumed that the directive had come straight from you.
Oh, please. Why would I want even more people to organise?
I don't know, Linda. Maybe because you like organising people?
Oh, this is a disaster.
Oh, well, not necessarily. Maybe it's actually a really good idea. Everyone's so excited. Tracy Horrobin is going to be a courtier. Tony Archer is going to be a travelling salesman.
Oh, and what's he going to sell? Encyclopedias?
Pots and pans and stuff. I think that would look really good.
And make a dreadful racket.
Well, not outside, it won't. It'll add to the atmosphere. Or we can ask him to be something else. But he's really keen, and so's Pat. I even persuaded Richard Thwaite to be a Roman soldier. Oh, Ruth's coming as an angel.
But we've already cast 2 angels.
Well, there's often more than one angel around the manger on all the Christmas cards. Oh, and what about the heavenly host?
Oh, Lord. I can't see Pat as the heavenly host.
Ruth, not Pat. And Stella, you know, the manager who's just joined Home Farm.
I'm not sure.
Well, she said she'd get back to me, but she seemed really keen. And there were others too.
How many others?
Oh, I can't remember. But I think it could be great, Linda. A real Christmassy community event.
But it already was a real Christmassy community event, except now it'll be chaos and we'll look like amateurs.
Well, we are amateurs.
Well, that may be so, but...
I know, we don't want to look it. But I'm sure we can organise everyone so that they look brilliant.
No, Kirsty. You'll just have to tell everyone that they are surplus to requirements.
I can't do that.
Well, obviously you'll be very diplomatic, but one way or another, you'll have to get rid of them.
Oh, it's Pat.
We'll start with her. Tell her we don't need her or her travelling salesman. I'm off for a swim.
Hello.
Sorry, me again. I forgot to say that Tom has a load more chipolatas that'll be ready tomorrow. He's a bit behind, so I'll bring them in on Wednesday as well as the yoghurt.
OK, I'll pass that on too.
Oh, and I had a thought about my costume. I've got
well,
this wonderful dress that's very 70s, but also very time of Jesus, if you can imagine such a thing.
I can imagine such a thing,
I'd
but...
love the excuse to wear it again. Maybe as a courtier at Herod's palace. What do you think?
I think... Oh, it sounds great, Pat. And you should definitely wear it.
Really?
Definitely.
Hi. It's Mia, isn't it?
That's right.
I'm Stella.
I'm not going to move if that's where you've come to talk to me.
Well, I think you'll have to eventually, because Martin Gibson is threatening to call the police.
The police?
You're trespassing on private property.
No, I'm exercising my right to protest.
But you have no right to protest, not on private land.
Ah, but it's okay when I'm on a public footpath.
But you're not on a public footpath.
Well, I'm very nearby.
And what about your poor stepdad?
Well, my stepdad shouldn't be doing this job in the first place, because it's cruel.
What's cruel?
Shooting birds for fun.
I wouldn't say it's just for fun.
Of course it is. Oh, they love it. Have you seen that lot? Standing around, stuffing their faces. They can't wait to kill something.
The point is that these birds have had a better life than most supermarket chickens.
Well, I don't eat supermarket chickens either.
But you don't stand in front of the freezer section with a placard?
No.
Well, why not?
Oh, because it's different.
Yeah, it's worse. Buying a cheap chicken that's been raised in a shed.
Well, not everyone can afford to spend £1,000 on what they eat, can they?
I don't think anyone is spending £1,000 on what they eat.
Look, I know how much they're paying for one day of shooting, and I think it's disgusting.
Well, did you know that most of that money gets invested in land management? And that the land management sustains all kinds of wildlife?
Yeah, they say that. But then they also burn down heather so that the birds are easier to kill, and that destroys habitats.
No, that's to provide them with more food, not to make it easier for them to kill.
When I was coming over here, all I could hear was bang, bang, bang. And all I could see was birds mid-flight, stopping dead and then falling out the sky. And it broke my heart. I don't understand why it doesn't break anyone else's.
Because we're farmers, Mia. And part of farming is raising animals for slaughter to eat.
But we don't need meat to live. We could just eat plants.
Not everyone wants to eat just plants. Look, we're not going to find a way to agree. But you need to think about your stepdad in all of this.
Oh, Will's all right. He'll get over it.
This is really stressful for him.
Well, how do you think the pheasants feel?
OK, I've got 2 questions for you.
Which are what?
Is Will a nice stepdad?
Yeah, of course. He's lovely.
So, is this what he deserves from you?
But it's not about him.
Well, it might not be about him, but it's really affecting him.
He's just a bit annoyed and a bit embarrassed.
He's really stressed about the shoot, and he's really worried about you.
Why is he worried about me?
Because Martin Gibson is about to call the police to deal with you, and that really scares him.
Oh.
I'm not saying that you can't or shouldn't protest. You probably should. But not here and not now. Now, you seem like a really sensitive person, so I don't know why you don't get that.
Okay. I mean, maybe I didn't really think about the trouble it would cause Will. Which sounds a bit silly now. And a bit selfish, maybe.
Right.
I think I'm gonna go.
Really?
But it doesn't mean that I'm completely finished with protesting.
No, of course not.
And I'm only going because of Will being stressed and worried.
Thank you, Mia.
What are you thanking me for?
For listening to me.
Oh.
It's an excellent placard, by the way.
Do you like it?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Tweeting for the birds who can't tweet for themselves. Very clever.